And I'm gonna go live to Facebook, and hopefully Facebook works like it did 20 minutes ago when I tested it. There's apparently like this new interface with Facebook Live, and I think that was the issue a couple weeks ago, Ty.
A new interface? We didn't calculate for that?
It was something, I think maybe my computer like hadn't updated the new something. I don't know what it was exactly, but it seems to be back to normal today, because last time it was just like the spinning wheel of death and just like circling and circling. So yeah, that was not fun. Okay.
You have to start every live stream with something pro-Trump to be able to post to Facebook.
Internet's getting wonky. I'm just warning you. It's.
I did an Instagram live last night, and there was like a guy commenting like very pro-Trump things, and I was like, I don't understand what this guy's talking about, and I don't want to respond to any of this. Can I go now? It's so odd, like what they latch onto. Okay. I'm just giving this a title. Me with my very specific themes, fictional characters we wish hadn't died. Because I was thinking about it, and there's the whole characters that die that sort of serve the story well, even if you're sad because you really liked them. But then there's also, ones that make you mad. So it's,
Yeah, I always like when characters die.
You
yeah, I kind of do. I mean, like I get the premise, and I love the premise. But when a character dies, I'm like, ooh, wow.
Is it because they gave you something to care about? Like your heart was now involved, or just because it's fun?
Yeah, no, yeah, it made me care, but then also at times, like, you know what? Like sometimes you just want a sudden death. Like there's I don't know if you guys have ever seen Masculine and Feminine, the Jean-Luc Godard film, but they kill a character, one of the main characters, off screen in the middle of the movie and just throw it away, and it's the most impressive thing in the world.
They did that in Hostel as well, but it wasn't Jean-Luc Godard.
No.
Oh yeah, but it was the Jean-Luc Godard of porn horror, torture porn.
We could probably start the show, which, by the way, we're now live streaming, so hello, Facebook. We should probably start with a huge disclaimer that this show will contain lots of spoilers, so if that's not your jam, then maybe you should not be watching. But please watch anyway, because I'm sorry about the spoilers. But like you were just saying about a death, what was the one, Hereditary, with the kid?
I saw Hereditary screening at 10 in the morning. I was not having that at all, because all of a sudden it's like 30 minutes in. I'm like, okay, it's 11. I'm thinking about lunch, and then that happens, and then my day is ruined.
I was profoundly high and not ready.
Oh no!
I was like,
oh no. On that note, welcome everyone watching to another episode of the Adult Spelling Bee, which obviously, as you can guess from our conversation, we're talking about fictional characters that we wish hadn't died, although Sean apparently is happy that they died, so there's that.
I'm not happy they died. I'm just saying, like, we would remember the series finale of Family Matters if Urkel died.
Yeah. So I'm kind of excited to say this week on Twitter, David Simon said that it's something like absurd times call for absurd measures, and he was like, if you can send me a picture that you voted for Biden, I will handwrite an apology letter about a character I killed off in a show that made you sad or made you upset or something. Oh, this is so perfect for my show this week. He's killing characters. We're talking about characters. And The Wire is always something that comes up when you talk about characters that you were sad that died, because there obviously a lot of characters died on The Wire. But also this category is twofold, because like we were saying before, if there's a character you love that dies that serves the story, like say Mufasa in The Lion King, right? Like there's
Spoiler.
if Mufasa doesn't die, it doesn't, like, the story doesn't happen, even though it's sad. But then there's deaths, and I'm going to give away my penchant for teen dramas, but in One Tree Hill, was anyone a One Tree Hill fan?
I'm a Sophia Bush fan.
Oh, okay. So in One Tree Hill, they killed off this guy Q, and it was so ridiculous. He was like this talented Black basketball player who was sort of helping like the white mediocre guy on the show like get his mojo back in basketball, and then they just like shot him, and then he became, in a couple episodes, he was like a ghost, like still like encouraging him. It was such a waste, and it was so ridiculous, and it made me so angry, and it still makes me angry like to this day. And my friend Kia Brown, I know, is watching tonight, and we always, all the time when we talk about One Tree Hill, we're like, justice for Q, because it was such a ridiculous, terrible storyline. But yeah, so
I agree with Sean to some extent, because I'm watching Friday Night Lights for the first time, and I'm on season 5, and no one dies in the whole show. No one ever dies, and it's weird after like 10 years of prestige TV.
You need death. It's a major part of life. Like it's something that everyone does too. So it's like to have just shows that are absent, like Two Broke Girls, no one dies the entire 6 seasons. It's awful.
Who would you have wanted to die? Tammy with the perfect hair?
Never.
On Friday
Night Lights.
Oh,
yes.
I would take Smash's death immediately. If Smash would die.
How about their daughter? Because she's.
Oh God, Julie, I mean, that's a given. Julie's the watching of this whole show.
And Julie gets Matt Saracen, and I'm sorry, that's a whole other theme, Danielle. People who should not have ended up together, but okay.
Yeah.
Well, before we spell some stuff, we should introduce everybody, starting with Ty Kelly, my wonderful, illustrious, often co-host, co-judge, former Major League Baseball player for the New York Mets, and some other teams that I don't like to think about, and future Olympian playing in the Olympics when the world comes back. So Ty, tell me about a fictional character that died that made you sad.
Well, I've got a few. The first one is G-Baby and Hardball.
Oh my God.
So Hardball was very much a movie that shaped who I am as a person. And G-Baby, I know, is big for everybody who watched that one. And then the second one is Raheem from In Juice, thus giving Tupac the juice momentarily until, I won't spoil too much more, but the juice keeps getting transferred around, basically. And then just a shout out to animals, to All Dogs Go to Heaven. Presumably all the dogs going to Christian heaven. But I was thinking that there should be like for the like all Jewish dogs die, may their memories be a blessing, where they are trained to sit Shiva. And that's the movie. So that's my whole thing.
Wait, seriously, someone needs to make a movie about Jewish dogs. Like, why don't we have one? This is discrimination. I'm very upset about this. I'm convinced my dog is Jewish.
Oh,
very underrepresented people in movies.
Yeah,
so
it's really upsetting. I have to look into this after the show. Let's look into this. And for our contestants, our first one is BJ Colangelo, who is a filmmaker and horror movie theorist and has written for places like Fangoria, Shudder, Vulture, and Playboy. And tonight we'll be playing for the charity Transform Cincy, a nonprofit that offers free clothing to trans youth.
I sure am.
Very cool. Also, like, your name is awesome, BJ Colangelo. Like, directed by BJ Colangelo sounds like something that
I'm a syllable short away from being a Ninja Turtle or a famous Renaissance painter. I'm okay with either of them. So I like to think that I have a lot to live up to and a lot to work towards. The bar was set very high.
Yeah. It is the coolest name I've ever heard. It sounds like you should be dating the Fonz.
My dad would be so happy if I was not only not gay but also dating the Fonz. That would just make his life. I have met the bronze Fonz because if you've never been to Milwaukee, they do have a bronze statue of the Fonz.
I've always wanted to see it, honestly.
It's pretty great, and it's also height accurate, so it's a lot shorter than you think.
Oh, when you said the bronze Fonz, I thought you were just talking about like the Greek, the Fonz.
Oh. And Bethany Kay, our returning champion, and an actress that you've seen on HBO and AMC, and which is we met on the show Dietland, which I'm still very angry only got one season, but we'll save that grievance for another time. Tonight you are playing for Women to the Front.
So we're New York City based intersectional women, badass women group who raises money for, it's been a lot of voters' rights organizations lately, but organizations that we think are leading, specifically we try to do BIPOC-led organizations that are leading our country to a way of life that we would like to return to. Whether that be Spread the Vote, or whether it be an organization in Michigan, like the Detroit area, that's paying off water bills for single moms, things like that. And a lot of it right now is getting the money towards organizations that are helping get people registered.
Nice. Very good.
And I'm playing for Team Hot Dad Leary. Because for some reason, whenever I think of people that shouldn't have died, I just go to Dawson's Creek, which...
Teen dramas forever, man.
Teen dramas forever. Yeah.
And Sean O'Connor, I was going to, introduce you. You're a comedian, you're a writer, but also it's important to point out, because Ty is here, that you are a Mets fan. So.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, I have a family, but the Mets mean more to me than them. I hope they're not watching. Although it's Facebook, so my mom might be. But yeah, I mean, I love the Mets, and I apparently love when characters die. Yeah, it's really great. There's a few. G Baby is definitely someone I don't think should have died.
No, no, it didn't fit into the movie at all.
At all. Like, it's like in the Bad News Bears, if like just like Tanner Boyle got his head cut off. Like that's not necessary. But like, yeah, I mean, I think like on a show like Skins, it was very important to kill Chris in the first cast and Freddie in the second cast. The third cast, I can't remember the girl who died, but that really had an effect on me, and I don't think she should have died.
No.
But I think all boys should die in teen shows.
And Alex, our final contestant, you are the co-host of the very excellent podcast, Why Are Dads, which is super fun and funny. And tonight you're playing for Planned Parenthood. Yes.
Planned Parenthood's going through it. And there's a terrible Supreme Court justice who's about to be a new Supreme Court justice. And that's why we selected them. And also I'm obviously fond of their work and contributions.
Nice. Wow. Before we start round one, here are the rules. Ty and I will each be giving you a word one at a time. You may ask for a definition and a sample sentence. Each correctly spelled word gets you 1 point, and there will be no eliminations in round one. Are you all ready?
Yes.
No, but I'm good. I don't have an option. So.
Okay. Ty, why don't you go first and give BJ her first word?
Great.
All right, let's do it. Anybody's game. I want to throw that out there. All right, round one, first word. Your word is apparition.
Apparition. Can you use it in a sentence?
Yes. Sentence seems sort of messed up that an apparition named Casper was used to basically make a cute movie about a dead kid.
Okay, for real though, Casper is secretly the most like horrifying movie ever, because the ghost is what they use in the Lazarus machine to turn into a person. So that means dead baby Devon Sawa's body is still underground, while then live Devon Sawa would have been walking around had the machine worked. Casper's
That's an example of more knowledge just making life harder for you. That's
yeah, Casper's dark-sided. We just all need to know that. Okay, apparition. APP ARITION.
Yes.
Oh, thank God.
All right. We're off to a great start. Bethany, you are next. And your word is unfaithful.
I want to hear that in a sentence, please. And it involves Richard Gere, I hope. Yeah.
All right. So, oh, what a good movie. Anyway, talking about someone who dies. I mean, yeah, that guy really goes through it. Okay. Unfaithful. Everyone says Dawson Leary was the worst, but he had an unfaithful mother and a dead father, so who are we to judge?
Okay. All right. Unfaithful. UNFAITHFUL. Unfaithful.
Correct. Nice. Okay. And Ty, why don't you give Sean his word?
All right, Sean, your first word is representative.
Okay, can you use that in a sentence?
Yep. I will argue that there is no moment more representative of the holy shit, what just happened feeling than watching Samuel L. Jackson get swallowed whole by a shark in deep
Unrepresentative. UNREPRESENTATIVE.
Yes. I think you thought he said unrepresentative, right?
Yes.
But
Did he not?
He said representative, but that's okay. That's, I feel like.
Did I get it right?
Yeah, you got the representative part right. So I feel like but just forget the UN ever happened.
Oh, I didn't say the UN. I'm such an idiot. I'm so sorry.
Things Trump said.
Okay. Alex, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, your first word is montage.
I would love to hear it in a sentence.
Okay, we're gonna start cussing now. Fuck the first 10 minutes of Up, also known as the saddest montage ever.
Okay. Yes, true. Montage. MONTAGE.
Correct. Look at that. Perfect. Everyone's batting 1,000, right? Is that what you say, Ty? Batting 1,000?
Yes, I use that in every, I use all baseball lingo, no matter where I am.
Only baseball lingo.
Yeah. All right, who's stepping up to the plate?
BJ.
I think I'm up to bat.
All right, BJ's up and Bethany's on deck, if I'm not mistaken. We are on, your word is destination.
I would love to hear it in a sentence.
All right, back to Devon Sawa. Having Devon Sawa die off screen in the Final Destination series was a total disservice to fans.
It was. I have a lot of feelings about that. Destination. DESTINATION. Destination.
Correct. This is the time where I will admit that I tried to get Devon Sawa to pop in as like a surprise guest on this, and I messaged him on Twitter, and I like to think of it as like he didn't say no, more as like he just ignored me entirely.
He's a great Twitter follow because he gives zero fucks.
I know, yeah. So I'm like, well, maybe it just, my message got lost in the shuffle. So yeah. So Bethany, I think, needs to rejoin us with her iPhone. So let's see. Bethany, you okay? Uh-oh.
My internet's going out.
Sad face. Oh, can you hear us?
I'll try this.
Okay. I love that there's two of you right now. It's like
There's now two of me.
It's very Twilight. This has never happened before. This is very.
This is the ghost version of me, clearly.
Okay. Well, your word is negligence.
Negligence. Can I have that in a sentence, please?
Yes, you may. Rose's negligence is why Jack Dawson died in Titanic, not hypothermia.
Obviously. I own 2 versions of the souvenir book, and I'm not proud of that. Negligence, Neglicence, negligence. Oh, wow, I definitely did spell that wrong. That's okay.
But you were off by 1 letter. It was a G.
Well, I mean, I also, I own that one.
Also, I'm like very excited now to get to round 2 and see Bethany raising her hand twice in like 2 different windows, because, you know, is it Bethany or Bethany that's going to answer?
This one has a beer, this one doesn't, by the way.
Okay, Sean, you are up for tie.
Very like Schrodinger's cat going on over there. I don't really know what's going on with Bethany right now. Which one's real? Or if either of them even exists. Okay, your word is finale.
Finale. Okay. Let's use it in a sentence if you can.
I would love to. The Game of Thrones finale would not have sucked so badly if Ned Stark had still been alive.
Got it. Finale. Finale.
Correct.
Got it.
Okay. And Alex, your word is unnecessary.
Unnecessary. Just for the sake of knowing what you have to say about this, I would love to hear it in a sentence.
Okay, well, it is a callback to our earlier discussion, and it is the unnecessary death of Baby G in the movie Hardball wrecked me.
Okay, now I know the word. I think it's, oh God, this is Unecessary.
So close.
Ugh.
You missed an N.
Oh no.
It's always the words with the double consonants, I've noticed. Like in every game, like no matter, even if it's a shorter word versus a longer word, it doesn't matter. Like double consonants make anything harder.
Oh, so. I'm the worst in that arena. Here we are.
Oh no, we've lost both Bethany's.
Lost both Bethany's. Well, it's BJ's turn, so Bethany has a minute to come back.
All right, let's do this.
She's back. Okay. Your word is disastrous.
I feel like my fingers know how to spell this and my mouth does not. Let's hear it in a sentence.
Okay, hopefully this helps you out. I still want to fight the person who made the disastrous decision of killing Rufio in the movie Hook.
I would also fight that person. Disastrous. Disastrous.
Yeah. Killing it.
I like that you were typing. You're air typing.
I was like trying to move my hands like, where are you?
A couple of weeks ago, someone was like writing off to the side on a notebook, but because I was doing stuff, I just didn't notice. And someone else in the game was like, "Hey, is she cheating? She's cheating." And was like totally called her out. Really
I like the hardcore spelling kids who like air write it on their hand.
Yeah, when we did the live show, a lot of people would do that because also I would make these ridiculous things to hang around their neck with numbers on them, like it was the real spelling bee, and so they would flip them up and pretend to use them.
I love that.
Your first ever live show had someone calling their parents in the audience.
Yes, they phoned a friend.
And
Yes. Our first one was very no holds barred.
Yes, it was.
It was a good time though. Bethany, you have joined us, and are you ready for your word?
Yeah, so you guys know, sorry, live, this is gonna be boring for a sec. I'm having internet problems, so I will be going back and forth. Apologies, we'll deal.
I sort of wish this had happened next week in the Twilight Zone theme episode, because that would have been way cool. and unplanned. But anyway, your word is heartbreaking.
Heartbreaking. Please break our hearts with a sentence.
I will. The most heartbreaking hour of television ever is the episode of Buffy when her mom dies. Do not at me.
I won't, because I've never seen it.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Don't tell our showrunner from Dietland. Heartbreaking.
Yes.
HEARTBREAKING. Heartbreaking.
Correct. Okay, Sean, you are up.
All right, here we go.
Here we go, and the word is annihilate.
Can I have a new word?
And what part of your soul are you willing to give up for it is the question in this one.
You know what? Let's use it in a sentence.
This could help. I think it's going to help. The death of Apollo Creed in Rocky IV still has the power to annihilate my soul.
Okay, annihilate. ANNIH. Is that wrong? Am I wrong?
Oh no, that wasn't a buzzer, but it sounded like one.
No.
It sounded like a buzzer. I was like, oh no. All right, annihilate. ANNIHILATE.
Yeah.
Annihilate.
Nice. Good job, Sean. That's a hard word.
Thanks. I went to geography B in grade school, so if we go to geography, I'm gonna shine.
I'll have to do a geography theme next time then.
Yeah.
Okay, Alex, the last word of round 1 is all yours, and it is preposterous.
Oh no. Can I have that in a sentence, please?
Yes, you may. I find it completely preposterous that the show Lost would kill off John Locke, the actual heart and soul of the entire series.
Oh my God. Okay. This is gonna be real bad. Let's see. PROPOSTEROUS.
Oh, no, but so close.
No, it can't even be close. What is it?
It was actually really close.
Oh God.
It was just you used an O instead of an E at the beginning.
Oh, it's so stressful.
Otherwise, you had it.
Well,
but we are now done with round 1, and you're all still here. So give yourselves, a round of applause for that. BJ and Sean for first. So, yeah, bring it. Going into the second round. So
I'm gonna shit the bed really hard.
So round 2. There are no definitions and no sentences, and it is what we call our fastest finger round. And Ty and I will take turns calling out a word. You will raise your hand, and we will call on you. And if you spell it right, you'll get 3 points. If you spell it wrong, you'll lose a point. If someone spells it wrong and another person steals it and spells it correctly, they get 6 points.
is
So,
this for everybody? Like all 4 of us?
yes.
Okay, cool.
So we have to go like this?
Yes, yep. So you have to do that. And for round 2, every word is a version of death.
Oh.
So, yeah. I just thought I'd give you, jeopardy it up a little bit, give you the category, make it a little bit more. We did Ty, what was the one? Was about shows being canceled, and then like halfway through the second round, someone goes, "Oh, these are all shows that got canceled." Literally the name of the theme.
The canceled shows one is the one that I called in as the network executive.
That's right. I had Ty call in, because the theme of the show was canceled as fuck, and I had Ty and his friend Matt call in and pretend to be LA executives canceling me like mid-show, being like, "You can finish it, but yeah, like sorry, not you guys have done it." And then they call back at the end and they're like, "Hey, we made a deal with Vudu or Tubi, like like." It was really funny. So see, Devin Sawa, you could have been our cool special guest today, but oh well.
This is the one time I think Devin Sawa was not cool.
I also tried. I also messaged Jerry O'Connell because I feel like he should not have died in Scream 2. So I was like, "You can also come and we can talk about how you were shortchanged by getting killed in Scream 2."
I feel like the only person who should have lived in Scream 2 was Jamie Kennedy as Randy Meeks, and I think everyone else could have died.
Randy Meeks could have died 3 seconds after being introduced in Scream 1. I would have been.
Oh my God, I am upset.
Randy Meeks is such a reply guy. Get him out of here.
Yeah, but in the 90s when it took forever to reply.
Okay, fair point.
I like this spirited debate going on. Very helpful.
We all could agree, though, that Jamie Kennedy himself could die.
Yes.
And here's Jamie Kennedy.
Our special guest for this evening.
The ice cream man from Max Keeble's Big Move.
Okay, so round 2. Ty, do you want to kick it off?
I would love to.
Okay.
Round 2, and this is everyone is ready to raise their hands quickly now. Round 2, starting with fratricide.
Bethany.
Fratricide. Fratricide. Fratricide.
Correct. Okay. Next word. Suffocation. Bethany.
Suffocation. Suffocation. Suffocation.
Nice.
Car accident.
Oh, it was BJ.
CAR space ACCIDENT.
Correct. Okay. Next. This is a very interesting version of dying. Black licorice. Bethany.
Black licorice. BLACK space LICORICE. Black licorice.
Correct.
Which I love.
It was just in the news the other day. So something I did before the show, I was Googling like weird ways to die because when I was texting with Ty about what to do, I was like, I have all like the usual ones, like strangulation, suffocation, and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, but I want some like interesting things. And then I was, Googling and the black licorice thing came up and I was like, oh, that's good.
Auto defenestration might be my favorite.
Oh, well, that might be coming. Who knows?
Oh, no.
All right. Ty, go ahead.
Okay. Decapitation.
BJ.
DECAPITATION.
Nice.
The second you said like types of dying, my brain was like, I hope decapitation's a word. So I've been thinking about it for the last 5 minutes.
So this is a phrase. Thanos snaps his fingers. Alex.
THANOSSNAPSHISFINGERS.
Correct.
Woo.
Okay, so we do not need to do the spaces.
You don't have to. Sometimes it helps people to
Okay.
do it.
All right.
I feel like
All
it's
right.
more like a, yeah.
I wasn't being a narc there. I was just genuinely curious.
Sure.
I'll remember this for the rest of my life, Sean.
Yeah.
I mean, Ty can be very strict about the rules, much more than me. He's like the bad cop and I'm the good cop.
Yeah, I really want everyone to earn their points,
Yeah.
Everyone could
I mean, I'm finding out a lot this round. I'm finding out that I'm not that quick with lifting my arm. So quietly panicking about that.
got another chance right here with airborne fire hydrant.
Bethany.
Airborne fire hydrant, AIRBORNE space FIRE space HYDRANT, airborne fire hydrant.
Correct.
With
Someone
the
did actually
spaces,
die that way.
just to Sean's liking.
That was really good. And
You're welcome.
Yeah, double points for space. I can give points, but
He just said I get double points.
We love a good space. Okay, next word, poisoning. Alex.
POISONING. Poisoning.
Correct.
You can tell like I'm stuck in elementary school spelling bee because I say the word at the end.
So do I. Best way.
I was this good then too.
And speaking of possible phrases coming, autoerotic asphyxiation.
Bethany, oh my God. Like, you want to think about it for a second?
Autoerotic asphyxiation. AUTOEROTIC ASPHYXIATION. Autoerotic asphyxiation.
Yeah. Well done. Sounds
It's
like
all the narrating romance novels lately got me that one.
the inside.
Yeah. Classiest versions.
Okay, next word is stampede. BJ.
Stampede. STAMPEDE.
Correct.
Stampede.
That's it. Every time I see that word, I think there used to be this slot machine game in Vegas, and the first time I was ever there, I played it and I won. Not like a lot of money or anything, but the thing like starts screaming stampede. And like things start going up, and it was so embarrassing. It's like it's so loud. And I'm like, I'm like here on spring break, like 21 first in Vegas, like making all the old people mad at me because the thing.
I hope it was at least 80 cents though. Make it worth it.
Yeah. That's why I was like, why didn't I put the 3 quarters in instead of just 1? God, I can't even believe that. Like, that was when you put 3 quarters into a machine instead of like, what do you swipe cards now or something? I don't even know.
Yeah, like they're like Ventra passes almost.
Right? Yeah, that's wild.
It makes you spend more money.
You used to have to collect it all in one of those little popcorn containers.
Yeah.
That's how Vegas used to be, kids.
Yeah.
I won $1,200 on a slot machine when I was 16 and wasn't supposed to be playing. And like ran over to the house phone and called my mom and said, "Get down here now."
The first cocktail I ever had was in Vegas, and I was 18, and this like lady came over and was like, "Would you like a drink?" And I was like, "Yes, I would." And my mom was like, "Shut your fucking, don't tell them." And I was like, "I won't." And she brought me a mojito because that was like a fancy cocktail in my brain.
Oh.
I was like, it's minty, and I'm an adult.
That's my brother was the worst with that. When I was 20 and about to turn 21, literally the next day, and I was out to dinner with my family, and my parents were like, "Oh, just order a drink, hopefully they won't say anything." And so I did. I ordered a drink, and they didn't ask to card me. And my brother, who's older, ordered a drink, and they carded him, and he goes, "She's not even 21." And I was like, why would you do that?
Fail.
It's so rude. But now he's, happy that he looks younger than I do, even though he's older than me. It's funny how that changes. Okay. That was a fun digression into Las Vegas. I'm sure we can tell Vegas stories all night. But Ty, you want to give the next word?
Sure, yeah. And I played baseball in Las Vegas for a couple years. So
Cool.
just to bring it back to everything related to baseball.
Yes.
So the next word that you can all spell is defenestration.
Bethany.
Defenestration. DEFENESTRATION. Defenestration.
Do you all know what defenestration is?
No, and I really want to.
So go ahead,
I made the graphic for you.
Yes. Bethany, why don't you say what it is?
Defenestration is to heave oneself out of basically a window, because Italian for window is finestra. And so auto defenestration is defenestration is just to go out a window. Auto defenestration would be throwing yourself out of the window.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite words.
So what I'm going to be doing after round 2 of this game?
Oh, your windows are very
You're the
pretty
goodness
behind
right
you. These are nice windows.
Man, I felt like round 1, I was like, oh, this is fun. I'm having a great time. And now I'm like, fucking round 2. I'm not fast. I'm not quick on the draw. Like,
But we're all spelling things right. Normally round 2 is just a shit show and you have to steal things left and right. We're
It's
yeah,
true.
you guys are great. I like being here. I feel like I'm just doing color commentary, and I like that. Like, I feel like I'm really who I am now. I was in Las Vegas. I was a Jabberwocky. Like, so like we all.
No, I think it's great. There was a live show where we had a guy play, and I think he did not get one word right. Do you remember him, Bethany? Mike? He did
yes.
30-second trailers. He literally did not get one word right at the whole game, and yet he was the most popular person on that stage. Like, the audience, every time he got up to the mic, he got a standing ovation, and people were like, yeah, like, come on, Mike. Like, it was the funniest thing. And afterwards, he's like, wow, I've never felt so good about myself about failing at something.
Fail big.
I'm like, you're a man of the people. We're all bad spellers.
There was also a contestant who, if she didn't like the word, would just spell whatever word she wanted to spell. Gave her a number of points for that.
Yes, this is true. Okay.
And even though this is a spelling show, there's no shame for not being able to spell stuff. In the recent Netflix release, Hubie Halloween, the like bad kid that's 11, he's like evil because he said something mean to the main, like the protagonist's daughter or whatever, and the teacher comes over and is like, oh, maybe you shouldn't read at a 2nd grade level when you're 11, and that feels problematic, and I don't want that to be what this show is all about,
Yeah, that was very mean. I will say, as somebody who loved Hubie Halloween and loved the premise about a very nice guy being hated by an entire town, I think that is a great premise. That scene in general was very mean. I agree with you.
That's super mean. I haven't watched it yet, but I've been meaning to because everyone's speaking so highly of it.
Everyone should watch Hubie Halloween at least 3 times.
And turn the volume down in that scene.
A great double feature with like Ernest Scared Stupid. Like that's the double header you want.
Yeah. That sounds right. Okay, so we have time for 2 more words in this round. So I will give one, and Ty will do the last one. So your second to last word is trash compactor. Alex.
Trash compactor. TRASH space COMPACTOR.
Correct.
Woo.
Yeah.
By the way, just so everyone knows, I know how to spell all of these words. I'm just very slow.
I don't doubt it whatsoever. Okay. Ty, feel free to pick whichever one you want.
Let's go with kind of a tricky one. We're going to go with gangrene.
Bethany.
GANGRENE. Gangrene.
Gangrene.
Bethany, what's your story with spelling?
I through, what is it, like 4th grade is when you take your last spelling test. I never spelt a single word wrong. And to the point where my teachers hated me, much like I'm sure many people on these shows, because I feel highly awkward, which is why when I spelt the one earlier wrong, I'll remember that for 20 years. I remember spelling icicle wrong, also a possible murder weapon. I spelled icicle wrong in 3rd grade on a stage, and I still regret that. Catholic school regrets live long.
Oh yeah, I regret everything I did before like 25, and I can remember all of it, but I hear that entirely.
Yeah.
Very good. It's highly impressive.
Okay.
Yes.
We have our top 2 players for the next round, and they are BJ and Bethany.
Woo!
I've always said that women are better spellers than men. It's like, honestly, I sell those shirts after shows, but like, I finally get to use it. This is great.
So Bethany, you have the most points, so you get to decide if you want to go first or second.
How about because my internet is actually okay right now, I go first.
Okay. And so we'll go over the rules real quick. So for round 3, you will each take turns spelling as many words as you can in 1 minute. Bethany, I will give you your words, and Ty, you will give BJ her words. And yeah, so you can pass twice. You will get a 1 point for each word that you spell correctly. And yeah, that's basically it. And if there's a homonym, like say the word blue, just spell it one way correctly and it'll count for you, even if it wasn't the intended way, because how could you possibly know? And we're, as much as Ty can be a hard ass in this game, he's not that strict.
Well, I would be if you would let me, but I mean, it's your game. So.
So while we do Bethany first, BJ,
My cat.
Your cat. Hi, cat.
Well, my dog's right behind me.
Oh,
Aw.
We're all having fun.
You have an assistant now.
I just have wrestling back there.
Oh, your cat's so cute. Look at it.
She is, I'm fostering her though, and she never does this, so she's about to attack me. Just watch.
Oh yeah, she's tall. Oh yeah.
Ty, will you put a minute on your phone for me?
Absolutely.
And BJ, if you could just turn down your volume, and then I'll go like this to wait for you to come back when we're done with Bethany. Cool, thank you. Okay, Bethany, Ty will start it when I give you the first word. I know you're used to this. This is old hat to you. So are you ready?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Remember.
REMEMBER.
When.
WHEN.
Game.
GAIN.
Of.
OF.
Thrones.
THRONES.
Just.
JUST.
Killed.
KILLED.
Everyone.
Skip.
At.
AT.
The.
THE.
End.
END.
In.
IN.
The.
THE.
Most.
MOST.
Ridiculous.
Skip.
Way.
WAY.
And.
AND.
The.
THE.
Showrunners.
SHOWRUNNERS.
Admitted.
ADMITTED.
They.
THEY.
Did.
DID.
Not.
NFT.
No.
KNOW.
What?
WHT.
Time.
Ah, nice. So that
Showrunners.
Vignette was, I know, I was like, oh man, she would have passed showrunners if she hadn't already passed.
I sure would.
So it was, remember when Game of Thrones just killed everyone at the end in the most ridiculous way, and the showrunners admitted they did not know what they were doing, and Twitter lost its collective mind.
Mm-hmm. By the way, one of the head writers is a friend, my friend's husband. So, yeah.
Right. Well, let's bring BJ back. Hi, BJ.
Hi.
Hi, welcome back.
I've just been playing with like a fake eyelash because that's who I am, and it is watering profusely.
Oh no. Okay. Okay, so we went over the rules. Ty is going to give you your words. I won't start the timer until he gives you your first one. And yeah, once again, you can pass twice. Homonyms, just spell it one way correctly. And yeah, and I guess that's it. Okay. Whenever you guys are ready.
All right.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Got this. Dear.
DEAR.
Showrunners.
SHOWRUNNERS.
If.
IF.
You.
YOU.
Only.
ONLY.
Kill.
KILL.
Off.
OFF.
People.
POPLE.
Of.
OF.
Color.
COLOR.
And.
AND.
Queer.
QUEER.
Folks.
FOLKS.
Just.
JUST.
To.
TO.
Further.
FURTHER.
The.
THE.
Narrative.
NARATIVE.
Of.
OF.
Your.
YOUR.
Mediocre.
MEDIOCRE.
Straight.
SGRAIGHT.
White.
WHITE.
Protagonist.
Pass.
Please.
PLEASE.
Stop.
Oh, time. So, Ty, you want to read her the story?
Dear showrunners, if you only kill off people of color and queer folks just to further the narrative of your mediocre straight white protagonist, please stop and learn something from Jordan Peele, but also hire me. I need a job.
Oh, did you take that from my Twitter? Because that might have been something I've said.
Okay, I'm going to tally scores, and
This is close.
and Ty is going to tell some baseball stories. No, actually, I don't know. Ty, you're just gonna talk about fictional characters. Or we should talk about who sponsored us tonight. We should thank our sponsor. We're sponsored by Doom Scrolling. Doom Scrolling, the activity that we all do when the outside world is terrible and we're feeling bad about ourselves. And yeah, so thanks to Doom Scrolling. Happy to be
Dune or Doom?
Doom.
Like the movie? The Timothée Chalamet?
Shut up, Ty.
Just gonna scroll until I see Timothée Chalamet and then.
It shouldn't take long if you follow like any female film critic. He'll show up. He'll be there.
He could have died off in Little Women and I would have been okay. Was Christian Bale?
I would die for Lady Bird.
Yeah, he could have died in Lady Bird.
Easily.
Yeah.
I felt like that would have been a better reveal than she was dating. What's his name? The redheaded guy that I don't like. What's his name? I've become my mom.
Lucas Hedges.
Yeah, Lucas Hedges. I don't like him. He's too self-serious.
He was in like every movie 2 years ago.
Yeah, Honey Boy.
Yeah, I love Timmy Chalamet. Like he's a sweetheart.
Jonah Hill's movie, mid-90s.
I'm sure he is.
His rap that he did in high school is amazing. Has anyone seen that?
I don't think I've seen that.
Oh, guys, I'll send it to the group email. Is
it better than the rap in Succession? Because that goes up there.
No, the rap in Succession is legit good and furthers a great. It's like perfect. This rap is embarrassing, but it's interesting to see like somebody who Hollywood regards as like the next best thing doing something like 3 years ago that's so embarrassing.
Well, I experience secondhand cringe because that's sort of like the energy that fuels me to go throughout my day.
100%. I guarantee.
All right.
I hated it so much the first time. I watched it 2 more times immediately after.
I am actually, because we're a cross section of humanity right here. How many of us could rap the rap to Waterfalls right now together if I asked that?
Waterfalls. Oh, TLC?
I'm the only one.
Here's the thing. I could, but I will not because that is something
I've
between
seen
like
a rainbow.
me and
Yes.
God. But then all I think about is like, what is it? We're the Millers.
But too many storms have come.
I thought it was Jason Waterfalls for a really long time.
You thought it was Jason Waterfalls?
I thought it was Go Jason Waterfalls. I was in like 6th grade probably when it came out, so that made as much sense to me.
More realistic, they don't go Jason Waterfalls. Like the guy's name is Jason Waterfalls, and you're saying, "Don't go, Jason Waterfalls." Waterfalls.
My funniest misheard lyric is actually death related. It's whoa, here she comes. Watch out for she'll chew you up. Whoa, here she comes. She's a mad beaver. Which could have been correct.
Mine was What a Feeling by Irene Cara from Flashdance, the theme song. I, for years, as a child even, sang it as take your pants down and make it happen, instead of take your passion and make it happen. And I'm sorry, I still maintain that it sounds like Pants Down. But I told all my friends that this was the lyric, and one of my friends got in so much trouble with her mother because her mother heard her singing it. And she was like, what are you saying? Like, what are these lyrics? Like, what song are you listening to? And so she told me, she's like, my mom said it's Passion. I was like, I think your mom's wrong. But yeah, no. Years I did that.
Jersey. That is so Jersey, and I love it.
And also, I don't know if you guys are really committed to Blink-182 lyrics, but I walk alone and I work alone to get the feeling right. Apparently it's work alone, but everybody says walk alone, so they just embraced it.
Oh yeah, you know what? I guess I did think it was I walk alone.
I definitely thought it was I Walk Alone.
Work alone, but literally everybody thought it was walk alone, so they were just like, yeah, it's walk alone.
That's so
Are you
funny.
making this up?
No, I swear.
Okay.
See how
Follow Mark Hoppus on Twitter.
I will. I'll ask
He's
him.
great.
Yeah.
He's my Devin Sawa.
Do you all remember when Christina Aguilera got lyrics wrong at the Super Bowl, and then it became like a misheard lyric meme forever with her face on it?
Yes.
Well, there's a meme of that, and it's in New York, Concrete Jungle, Wet Dream Tomato. And ever since I read it, I frequently forget what the actual lyrics are, and I'll be singing it, and then I'll sing Concrete Jungle, Wet Dream Tomato, and I'm like, that's so incorrect. Fuck that meme forever. It's because it ruined it. It ruined it. And Mandela affected me.
Also, I'll keep going with this thread. So I've played with a lot of guys that speak Spanish first in baseball, and there's that song like this is the rhythm of the night, like that song.
Oh, yes.
Or a lot of them thought that it was son Reeboks or son Nikes. Like, are these Reeboks or Nikes?
I love that.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Somebody needs to remake that for a commercial, like now.
Yes, they do. Yeah, Ty, get on that.
Yeah, I will start writing commercials.
And short films, because yeah.
So we have a winner.
Ooh.
And actually I should say plural, we have a tie. Yes.
What?
And since we go by baseball rules with home run derby type action, and rounds 1 and rounds 2 don't count by round 3. Round 3 is a tie between BJ and Bethany. So I will be donating to both of your organizations.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing.
Thank you, Danielle.
So my pleasure. But before we say goodnight to everyone, let's sort of reiterate where everyone can find you on the internet. And as a Jersey girl, I often say at the end of the show, if you want to be found, where can we find you? So, BJ, one of our amazing winners tonight, where can everyone find your beautiful, funny, amazing, interesting writing?
Sure, you can find it all on Twitter. That's my home base, and it's just my tag is my name at BJ Colangelo. And then I also run a podcast with my wife called This Ends at Prom, where I introduce her to a different teen girl movie because my wife is transgender, so she missed all of these movies, and we discuss like the staying power and the universal experiences of womanhood and whether or not they still resonate after all these years. So This Ends at Prom and at BJ Colangelo.
Nice. Okay. And Bethany, our co-winner tonight, where can everyone find you, watch you, hang out with you?
Yeah. So in terms of the socials, I'm definitely most active on Instagram. That's Bethany Kay. If you want to find me on Twitter, where I'm rarely, except when I'm following Danielle and responding to people occasionally, that's Bethany Kay Actor, BethanyKayActor.com. I was just, and I know this much is true, on HBO, and I have a short web series coming up called Murderville that's going to be on the Insta mini series. Definitely up the alley. It's a parody of Small Town Murder, and it's hilarious. And it's Ginger Carnes and Chelsea Ng, and they are hilarious. But please look out for Murderville, because the cast, if you're familiar with Sleep No More, it's a ton of people from the Sleep No More world that's in it. And I play a hairdresser whose hair is just
amazing.
Special. Yeah.
And Sean, tell us where everyone can find you. And I know you do a show once a week, don't you?
Yeah, so Twitter, Sean O'Cons, and then every Friday on holdthephone.tv, we play Quiplash for charity. And it's really fun. We've had like great names that I can't remember right now. I like interrupting more than promoting myself, but come follow me on Twitter or Letterboxd, and I'm just making my way through every 1970s film. And that's all I'm doing. Quarantine rules. Good night.
The most important question, has Devon Sawa been one of the names on your show?
No, Devon Sawa has not, because we in my head, like he never came off as funny to me, but we've had people like Adam Brody, who to go along the teen thing, the teen dream. Seth Cohen was a major part of my adolescence, and he's played the game a few times. He's really funny. And then like Taran Killam plays a bunch. He's a regular, and yeah, it's really fun. Beth Stelling, if you don't know her, you should. She's the greatest. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, sounds great. Also, oh my God, I just realized, because you said the OC, we didn't talk about Marissa Cooper's death.
Yes, but to me, a necessary death. Yeah. Like there's only one other person on the OC that I was okay with dying more than her, and that would have been Oliver in season 1. If Oliver died, that show is the greatest show of all time.
Oliver should have definitely died, for sure.
Yes. And by the way, yeah, I mean, if you have, I'll plug my, what is that called? Tumblr. My Tumblr from 12 years ago, I had a Gossip Girl Tumblr called Nate Archibald is Boring. Check that out to see what I was writing in 2008.
That is amazing. Oh my gosh. And Alex, you want to tell us where everyone can listen to your podcast and anything else that you're working on?
Sure. I have a podcast called Why Are Dads that I host with Sarah Marshall, who hosts a show called You're Wrong About, which is smarter and more popular than Why Are Dads is. But we talk about movies through the perspective of like understanding the dad issues in the movies. And actually, Sarah and I met each other on Tumblr in 2010. So it's a nice, it looks like we were all there about a decade ago. And yeah, that's basically it. It's weekly, and we talk about our dad issues through talking about pop culture dad issues.
Nice. Love it. And Ty, my co-judge, my co-host, baseball player extraordinaire, what would you like to tell everyone before we go?
Well, I didn't have a Tumblr, but I did have a MySpace, and I started a group specifically for movie quotes from the movie Friday.
Which I guess Friday 2 weeks ago, Ty.
You watched it 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, for the show.
Did you watch it on a Friday?
I don't know. I wasn't familiar with their MySpace group too. I feel left out.
Well, I think it's kind of obsolete now because IMDb puts up like quotes on their page. Mm-hmm. So I guess, I think I was there first, arguably, kind of like I was the MySpace, and then IMDb took over as like the Facebook coming in and becoming what it is now. But have you continued on with the Friday generations, like Next and After Next?
I've seen them in my life, but we didn't watch it as part of the show.
Oh, I see. So you guys you discussed all of Friday on your show.
We just discussed Friday Part 1.
Okay.
The first Friday.
What sort of conclusions did you guys come to?
It's one of the very few movies that came out in the 90s in which a dad de-escalates a situation, which is really interesting.
That is true.
And it's seen as a stoner comedy, and it's really like more of like an Italian independent film. It's like just a bunch of people hanging out. Why were you trafficking in Friday quotes?
I don't know. It really spoke to me for some reason, as like I was in high school. I don't know why. I guess I probably can't get into why, possibly, just in case
baseball reasons
people watch this. But it spoke to me, and you guys can take from that whatever you think that.
Because you don't want to. I know we don't want to discuss family. Sometimes it's
exactly.
It's personal.
Yeah, I didn't have that father figure, so that's what's so meaningful to me. that father-son relationship with Craig and his father. So also Ty Kelly 11 on Twitter and Instagram is where you can find me. I don't really do anything important, so.
Hey, you host this with me on a fairly regular basis.
Besides this is by far, this is like what's getting me through week to week. Nothing else going on.
This is like the one time over all these months, like once a week, that I actually put on a decent shirt and put some makeup on, and you know, because you know my therapist says it's important that we have things to keep us going. For me, it's going apparently. All different themes. But I would.
Speaking of everyone vote to keep us going. Yes.
Vote. Next week, same time, we'll be doing the Twilight Zone theme, and then I'm taking a week off because I think we all need to focus on voting that week, and probably don't need to think about anything else, but we'll be back the week after with a very fun diversion once that torturous week has ended. So yeah, so come back here next week, Twilight Zone, and then in a couple of weeks, Psych, the TV show, will be our theme, which is one of my favorite shows of all time. And yeah, I would tell you where to find me, but if you're watching this, you already know. So yeah, there's that. Thank you to everyone for playing. And I hope you all come back another time and play again, because I had so much fun tonight. And I hope you did too. And that's all. All right. Good night. Thanks everyone for watching. Bye.
Mm-hmm.